Hi guys, welcome to our daily encounter. Yesterday we saw how worship ushered in the glory of the Lord into the temple. As Solomon had finished constructing the temple, they brought the Ark of the Covenant into the temple, and the people just began to praise the Lord. And all the people came together and just started worshiping the Lord, and the glory of the Lord filled the temple, so much so that the priest couldn't even minister in there because of the cloud of the glory of the Lord in the temple. And we saw a connection between worship and the presence of God. And today we have a similar theme as we get into 2 Chronicles chapter 7, where we see that prayer is also a means by which God's presence is ushered in. It says in verse 1, "Now when Solomon had finished praying, fire came down from heaven and consumed the burnt offering and the sacrifices, and the glory of the Lord filled the house." And so once again, the glory of the Lord filled the house. And this time, even fire came down and consumed the burnt offering. And so this shows that something beautiful happens when we begin to pray as well. Worshiping the Lord, yes, puts us into direct contact with the Lord, but so does prayer. When we are living our lives just saturated with prayer, when we're sharing our lives with the Lord through prayer, as we're drawing close to the Lord in communication with the Lord through prayer, it ushers in the very presence of God. And if we want to walk with the awareness of God's presence in our life each and every day, prayer is an essential component to that. We have to be able to, or we have to stay engaged with the Lord in prayer. And this could be praying to the Lord in great length and praying to the Lord in some long and lengthy prayer, but it could also be done in just short prayers to the Lord throughout the day. Just as we're going about our daily business, whether it's we're at work or we're doing some type of activity at home, washing the dishes, mowing the grass, or vacuuming, whatever it might be, if we're just, constantly contacting the Lord, just saying, "Lord, I love you. Lord, thank you for this day. God, thank you for what you've done for me." Or maybe even saying what the people were saying here, where they said, truly, or saying, "Truly he is good. Truly his loving kindness is everlasting." Saying something like that, just over and over again throughout the day, just reminding ourselves of the love of God, remembering his faithfulness and praying that to the Lord, can help usher our minds and our hearts into the very presence of God. And so prayer is a wonderful way in which we draw close to the Lord. And when we mix the two together, when we mix together worship and prayer, it really ushers us into the presence of God. When we're praying to the Lord, yes, but also at the same time worshiping the Lord through prayer, it all the more brings us more and more closer to the Lord and helps us to have more and more of the presence of God impressed upon our minds and our hearts. So let's be motivated to pray today and draw our hearts close to the Lord in prayer, communicate with him, have communion with him through prayer, and just share our lives with the Lord every moment, just reminding ourselves and telling him just how much we love him. And as we do so, the joy and the peace and the comfort that comes from God's presence will become more and more profound and pronounced in our lives. So these are some things we can reflect on and think about as we do our reading today. With that, guys, I do thank you for watching the video today. Hope you guys have a great day. Love you guys. God bless.